You are not so good as you think.
This large Russian lad is TF2's tank class. There's a lot of reasons to pick Heavy. Maybe it's his ability to mow down tiny babies or to be the quote, haha funny Buddhist man. But nonetheless, you want to know how this big guy and his arsenal works. In today's video, I'll break down his weapons, then break down the whole class so you can learn, or improve with, Heavy's stock loadout. I have a currently ongoing series featuring videos similar to this one, so check them out if you're interested. Now, on to Heavy's primary. The minigun, aka Sasha, is a force to be reckoned with. It holds 200 ammo, and works similarly to the flamethrower, where you don't need to reload, you just need to make sure that this number right here doesn't reach 0. Since you'll be using the minigun most of the time, running out of ammo is very common. You can prevent this by staying near your engineer's dispensers, playing maps that have a lot of ammo pickups, or picking up ammo from dead enemies. Note, if you're near a friendly engineer nest, leave the ammo boxes for dead enemies. Trust me, your engineers will thank you.
But what about the damage?
I don't know who you are or how you got in here, but that's an excellent question. The minigun fires a burst of 4 bullets per shot, with each one doing 13.5 damage. This damage quickly drops the further players are, so you're better off sticking to close and medium range with the minigun in most situations. This damage combined with lots of ammo can make you feel powerful, like an unstoppable killing machine who is truly the greatest, most amazing tank to have ever lived. Alright, Heavy has counters. While you might feel invincible using the minigun, it's actually quite easy to die if you aren't careful enough. Since revving it up takes time, slows you to a crawl, prevents you from jumping, and you can't instantly stop revving it, getting caught up in fights where you need to run but can't can sometimes lead to you dying pretty quickly, but not being overly confident can still give you excellent results. So I'll have to give it a 9 out of 10, because at the end of the day, it's still a beast of a gun that truly defines Heavy. But what if you want to do damage and the minigun is just too slow? Let's talk about that. For Heavy, the shotgun is a more situational but still quite powerful weapon. With 6 shells and 32 reserve, the shotgun combined with Heavy's tankiness is truly a force to be reckoned with. Fun fact, exclusively using the shotgun is a subclass called the Fat Scout, but while the shotgun itself might be a good weapon, using it wrong can lead to almost certain death. And there's one reason why you might fail while using it. The minigun just exists. In most situations as Heavy, the minigun is simply more effective, like flanking or fighting up close, which is already Heavy's strong suit. Not only that, but you shouldn't use it as a combo weapon because the minigun takes time to stop revving. The time it takes to quit revving and pull out the shotgun, that overly confident scout you were fighting has already killed you, walked away, bought a house, started a family, watched his kids grow up, and died of old age. To most effectively use the shotgun as Heavy, you need to either save it as a last resort when you have no minigun ammo, or have it prepared for moments where you need a tiny bit of mobility, or when you need to deal chunks of damage. But still, 80% of the time, you should really be using the minigun. 7 out of 10. Just like most other stock melee weapons in the game, the fists are very weak, and will end up getting you killed in most situations. In theory, the fists can be useful since Heavy has 300 health. The problem is that since Heavy is the slowest class in the game, most people will pick the most logical option and just walk backwards while shooting you. What are you gonna do? Catch up? Not only do the fists make you more vulnerable, but Heavy also has the minigun and the shotgun. Weapons that are both most effective at close range. So you're either dealing an instant 65 damage with a small chance of hitting 195, or you're dealing hundreds of damage a second. The only slightly viable way to use it is as a last resort. If you have your shotgun out, it runs out of shells, and instead of waiting to reload you go in for a swing, then these things would be kinda useful. And there's a reason why most of Heavy's melee unlocks provide buffs to him. I really hope Heavy doesn't mind not having hands, since the fists are going into the pile of bad stock melees. For all of this, the fists are getting a 1 out of 10. Please, just stick to your minigun, and if you can't use that, then just use your shotgun. Heavy is the main tank class of TF2, with the highest base health in the game at 300 HP, but simultaneously the slowest walk speed. Your options with him are a bit limited, but no matter how you play Heavy, one thing is especially certain for him. Be aware of your surroundings. You can get tunnel vision as Heavy super easily if you aren't thinking properly. This is important when taking teamwork and your weaknesses into account. Speaking of teamwork, Heavy fulfills multiple roles which are crucial for teams. He's a bullet sponge, and usually you'll be the person taking the most amount of damage since you're just the bigger target. The minigun, high health, and built-in 50% knockback resistance allows Heavy to be more defensive and sort of become a human sentry gun.
Sentry going up!
Yes, sometimes you shouldn't be aggressive. But just remember, either way, his counters will still hit you hard. But I'll get to that in a second. His devastating and consistent firepower can mow down any enemy caught off guard, which not only makes you great for teammates to fall back to, but also to flank. If you decide to play aggressively and successfully get around the opposing team, then you can lay waste to those pesky people picking on your sad little baby teammates. But remember, flanking can be a bit of a gamble. When you're gone, your team temporarily loses one high DPS tank to help them keep or capture a point. If you bring someone with you, they'll lose even more support. On your way behind enemy lines, it's easy to get caught, since you really aren't that hard to notice, and you'll probably end up fighting a one-on-one. While Heavy does thrive in these types of battles, it's a lot harder to win when the enemy sees you first. This is why I don't suggest throwing yourself in these types of situations as a new player. Now what I do suggest is practicing different flank routes. For example, going here and here on Egypt, and practicing your tracking with the minigun. Now I know I spoke a lot about flanking, but you should really stick to playing defensively as Heavy. However, that doesn't make you safe from his counters. Engineers might cower in fear from your presence alone, but these guys see you more as another kill for their strange collector's professional killstreak weapons. Scouts are fast, and your best bet is practicing your aim so you can correctly track them. When playing as Heavy, spies seem to be everywhere you go. Constantly turn around, listen for audio cues such as a teammate dying behind you, and overall, be careful when using your primary, unless you want to be an easy kill for him. As for snipers, your best bet is A, finding where one is and avoiding his sight lines unless there's a distraction or you urgently need to move, and B, not trying to pick a fight with him from long range, unless you catch him up close when flanking. In that case, go nuts. When playing Heavy, whether it's offensively or defensively, remember that your team is your #1 priority at the end of the day. Protect them, and they'll be sure to protect you. Being TF2's tank class is no easy task. You need to be there for your team, whether that involves defending or playing a key role when charging into a fight, as slow as you may be. And I suppose that's it. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Leave any criticism you may have in the comments, and I'll be sure to respond. By the way, thank you so much for the support in the last video. You guys really seemed to like that one. And if you like this one too, then please consider supporting the channel by leaving feedback, liking, and subbing.
In the meantime, this is where I get off.